chats here. And I think we'll probably look at one more clip and then close it out. So Ali will give consent to that Pikachu guy to marry his 9-year-old child. Is that a good analogy? I'm confused. D Wood, I sent DM to your Instagram. What is WDY? Is that what do you think? It looks like.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, special news bulletin, ladies and gentlemen. I am not on Instagram. I don't even know what Instagram. I know it's a social media platform. I do not know what it is. So I'm not on Instagram. So if you're sending DMs to D Wood on Instagram, that is an imposter.
Oh no, it's the imposter.
Hey, did you hear that? Did you hear Dave Chappelle? Did I tell you about that when he's talking about being on Twitter? Yeah, no. He said. So he said, Dave Chappelle. He's like, people kept telling me I needed to get on Twitter, and then so I try to set up a Twitter account, and then I get this notice. It says, you cannot impersonate a celebrity on Twitter, and so it wouldn't let me. And I wasn't sure what to do, but it wasn't. I wasn't going to try really hard because I didn't care that much. But yeah, it told me this, and I didn't know how I'm supposed to verify that I'm actually Dave Chappelle or what. But anyway, so I gave it up. But I saw that there's already a Dave Chappelle account. And so there's some guy, but he said, and I didn't care much because the guy's actually funny, right? So he says the guy's actually funny. He's posting all these hilarious jokes. And so I'm like, okay, I'm fine with that. He says, but after a while, the guy started started getting into insult battles with other comics. And he said, and the guy started making fun of Cat Williams. And making fun of Cat Williams, and then Cat Williams is responding, and it's escalating and stuff, and Cat Williams thinks it's me. So I'm like, man, Cat Williams thinks that I'm sending all these insults to him, and I'm not. So he says this goes on for months, and eventually I see him somewhere, and I walk up to him and I say, Cat, look, man, I just want you to know I'm not on Twitter. He said, Cat goes, so what? I'm not on Twitter either. It's like, it's funny. It's two comedians battling and everyone taking sides, and it's just fake. It's all fake. There's not really any of the no actual comedian is involved. I don't know. I thought that was funny. It's like he tells stories that are like perfect illustrations of like problems with some of this stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's very good.
Oh, okay. So the other part, as far as Ali Dawa giving consent to Pikachu, that is a concern. So. Remember, Ali Dawa has acknowledged, I mean, he said it. He said if his daughter gets her first period at the age of 9, he will tell her she's ready to be married. And he goes on, what if she doesn't want to do it? She wants to finish school. Somebody says, yeah, he let her decide and so on. But what if she says, okay, Daddy, yes, I'm ready for marriage. I want to marry someone. Okay, what's he going to do? It's illegal. It's illegal there. But we also, I mean, having a second and third wife is illegal too. We know they do that. So what would he actually do? It seems like, based on what he has said, not on what we think, on what he has said, he would actually marry her off in a mosque ceremony to some guy. Who's he going to marry her to? Some guy who thinks it's perfectly acceptable to have sex with a 9-year-old girl. Can we think of anyone like that? Yeah, that's why that's why it's like an issue. Like, are these guys like passing their daughters around to each other behind the scenes, mosque marriages? Probably. But keep in mind, we're the racists for being concerned about their daughters more than they are.
What's funny is when you say Aldawa giving consent to Pikachu, it sounds like some weird Pokemon sex fantasy.
Yeah, that wouldn't be surprising either.